Or hello everybody, welcome back. One more thing, the studio will be changing again here shortly. I'm going to make it completely different. I'm liking it as of right now, but things are going to be changing. But just be ready for that. Anyway, welcome back. It is May 8th, 2020. Over 200 stupid celebrities in Hollywood, which is completely infiltrated and run by the globalist. And the way the compartmentalization works, you have obviously multinational infiltrators like the communist Chinese who are working for the globalists because I've mentioned this before, there are not specifically enough elites to infiltrate everything, and that's not their job. Their job is to set other people up to do that. So that's why they had communist Chinese do that, and they've had other agents for them get into the CIA and basically everything in the power structure, and having their commanders being infiltrators as well. So the CIA has been infiltrated, and now it's kind of getting cleaned out, and even the Pentagon as well. Now we're seeing that, and I'll actually get into that in the next segment, but where you're having people who survive coronavirus no longer being able to join the military. And that's a complete, that is an idea of an infiltrator in charge there who is making that happen. Because no American patriot would ever allow that to happen, because you shut down the military power by an extreme amount by doing that. 200 celebrities now have signed a plea titled, and I quote, "Let's not go back to normal." They want to keep this. I've even talked to some people who are like, "Oh, it's not so bad. I'm fine if it doesn't go back to normal." Well, you know what goes around comes around, and you're starving everybody in the third world. You're going to starve to death, so good luck with that. I just ordered $400 worth of storable food from InfoWars. So, yeah, that was definitely a necessity. They want for radical economic transformation and for humans to examine what is essential. Meanwhile, their entire wealth is based off of a non-essential activity or a movie that they start in, and they're just absolute idiots. Some who signed are Madonna, Robert De Niro, Kate Blanchett, Jane Fonda, Marion Cotillard, and Monica Bellucci. They said, "We believe it is unthinkable to go back to normal," the letter notes, adding, "Adjustments are not enough. The problem is systematic," it said in the letter. "The ongoing ecological catastrophe is a meta-crisis. Unlike a pandemic, a global ecological collapse will have immeasurable consequences if it continues." The pursuit of consumers, so they're saying the pandemic is fine, we can continue with the shutdown, but consumerism is toxic. The pursuit of consumerism and obsession with productivity has led us to deny the value of life itself, which is true, but I'll go on to explain this. That of plants, that of animals, and of great number of human beings, the letter also states. Of course, their normal was based off of consumerism, via movies and whatever else they starred in and got famous by. And of course, this sounds beautiful, but the problem is that we are in a society constantly evolving, and that it would just be the government having anything, because they wouldn't stop. This is completely out of Hunger Games, where you're in sections, regions, and you have basically nothing, and the government has all the, not even the government, but the elites control the entire government. There's no more good people in the government. It's the complete globalist running everything in your face, and they have all the high-tech stuff, which is already how it is. That's the plan. And then through that, they'll control us even more. Sorry, my microphone's messed up. We also have a new Pentagon memo, which I was mentioning earlier, which will no longer allow for coronavirus survivors to enter into the military. That will just decrease the number of troops significantly, and lower our strength even more than it is now. We've lost our industry. Oh, it's bad. America is just falling, and we're not standing up to it very well. It also mentions, unless there's a waiver from that branch of the military, and that's just a bad rat hole to go down, because now you're giving the power to select who is not even how it is now, which is you can get selected into a secret project, an unacknowledged special access project, just based on your morals. But now, based on, like the police even do, because selection's kind of slimmer, basically anybody can get into the military. But now you have it where they'll be much more selective about who they let in. And through that, you'll have purposely a wide variety of just psychotic, narcissistic people who are just the worst people you can think of off the street in the military with guns. And then eventually that will be phased out and it'll be robots in control, which is their plan as well. It's just bad. The robots will be programmed AI, controlled by the scum of the earth globalists, with access to every weapon, which is just, if that happens, it's just over. It's just done if that happens, because you have these AI robots who have a conscience but don't care about human life, controlled by globalists who don't care about you either, with the ability to weapons of mass destruction, and that would be very, very bad. And that is the future if we continue down this road, and it's very, very close. Anyway, during the medical history interview of examination, a history of COVID-19 confirmed by either a laboratory test or clinical diagnosis is permanently disqualifying. The U.S. Military Entrance Processing Command memo reads, and I plan on going to the Air Force, and I'm very glad I didn't get a test. I actually debated about getting a test until I learned more about this, and figured out it doesn't really matter if I have the virus or not, because the people who die from it are just hanging on to life with their last little bit, and the chance of me killing them is very slim. But if I would have taken the test and there's a chance I could have had the virus, I would have been disqualified from joining the Air Force as a good person into the Air Force, a patriot, not somebody looking for control. And that's what is needed, and that's what I suggest doing, getting good people in there, which is a large percentage of it. According to the Washington Times, over 4,000 U.S. troops have tested positive for the coronavirus, while nearly 1,000 are believed to have the virus. Crazy, crazy memo they put forth, and now I knew, you have to follow this now. This is now the new policy. That's it for today. See you guys tomorrow.